All right, we got this Zurich heavy duty truck code reader back in action. Just day 2 of just kind of playing with it, see what it can do. Shut down for the night or for the week actually. And what I'm gonna do right here, try to do this DPF regen, manual regen, because I think there's some soot buildup, might be some kind of filter issue or system issue with my DPF, DEF. Not sure. I'm gonna have to look up a bunch of codes later. It keeps asking for manual regens lately. And again, this is part of the reason that we bought this machine, this unit right here, or this device, this code reader, so we could do manual regens. Because sometimes if a certain engine light or code pops up, sometimes not even related, it'll stop you from doing a regen or a manual regen, or won't ask for the regen when it needs to. Those kind of things. I've even seen some soot or smoke coming out of the passenger side over there where that unit is, where the filters and everything are. So I know it needs a regen. So I'm trying to force a few. And meanwhile, I'll be studying the codes that this thing is throwing at me. And within a few days, hopefully, we'll know what's wrong and whether I need to get the shops involved, which is always better to keep them out of the loop as much as possible. Again, that's the reason for this device. It said, remember, it said not to plug this in while the truck is running. So we turn the truck off, we plugged it in, and to do the DPF, it says to go ahead and start it. So I'm gonna start this thing. And then we'll go into this menu right there that you're looking at. All right. I'm gonna try to go into this thing. Oh, I keep forgetting this is not a touchscreen. So you gotta use a little fob or whatever this thing is. You gotta use this down here. DPF regen, okay. This is a Cummins system automatic. That's my only option. Now, when I read the instructions or the manual, there were like at least 2 options. So, okay, that's all I've got. So we're just gonna go with that. Oh, you notice, because I had the 2 lights on that I shut off yesterday, and one of them just went off as I'm plugging this thing in. So, all right, well, anyway, ISX 12. I recognize some of these numbers, engine codes or whatever, but I'm not very knowledgeable about that. Okay, it's asking me to do something. Hence, okay, let's see what's going on. Actuation test. Let me go back. System automatic. Okay. Not sure what this means. I thought I was just going to do a regen. Okay, oh, there we go. Unable to establish communication. Uh-oh, so it won't let me do something. All right, well, I'll have to go look at this later. Or it might be because of the engine lights. Maybe I can try to shut that off. Let's see. Yeah, it might be just this. I might have to update this machine. And it has a USB port right here. Well, where is it? As you're looking at it, it's going to be on the bottom, right here. You'll see a port for the USB cord and a port for the memory card. Might be a memory card in there. Is that one already in there? Yeah, they sure did. They included the memory card. Well, I'll mess with that later. But anyway, I can't do something. I'm going to try to clear out this. For some reason, this is not responding. I'm going to turn the ignition off, try to clear the codes, and then try to come back with this thing. All right, so you turn it off, put it back in accessory. So, and it looks like I'm going to try to disconnect this thing so I can turn it off, basically. And we'll restart it and try to get back because it's locked up or something right now. And that's no matter what I push, it's not coming out of it. Even the back button. So we're just going to shut it down and try to come right back. Disconnected it. Now we're back on here, and we got one active fault that it claims. And then of course there's the engine light, which has been on and off. And I'm sure it's one of these codes you threw at me last night when I first opened this thing and tried it, but I don't know which one yet. But we're just gonna. I keep trying to think this is a touchscreen. So anyway, press OK, and I'm gonna just try to. I think there's a screen coming up where it will say clear the trouble codes, and I'm just gonna do that. All right, so we got back to this screen after the 17 categories or whatever, and we're back on this screen. And I think last time I was looking at the engine, all the stuff, of course, I want to look at, but man, I don't have time to do everything at once. So we're just going to check this engine. Okay. And what I want to do, read the trouble code. No. Clear the trouble code. And then I'm going to go back and try to do the regen. All right. All right. Now, said it cleared it. Now let's go back all the way to regen and try to get that on board. Oh, I'm supposed to turn the engine back on because you got a regen. You need the engine on the regen. As you can see there, engine light is gone. Hopefully, like I said, I'm going to find out what that is. I'm going to hold this button here. You see this code matches up to one of the ones we saw last night, or that's been popping up off and on. All right, so anyway, let's start this thing up. So now the codes are gone for the moment. I cleared them out last night, as you saw, but as I'm driving today, I drove about 500 miles a day, and about 20% into that trip, code started popping up again, the same one. So definitely there's some issues in the computer. I mean, obviously, otherwise the code wouldn't pop up. But hopefully this regen will help it. Let's start it up and try to regen. All right, so you hear a little bit of a whine over there from the diesel. When I've heard the turbo. I've heard that's not good. So let's see if we can clear some shit out of here. All right, so actuator test, after treatment, diesel particulate, DPF. All right, let's see if we can do it. All right, we're speeding up. There it goes. There's an indicator light. All right. All right, I'm gonna walk away and do a few other things and come back, I guess, 30 minutes. All right, I went ahead and stopped this thing. It's been about 30 minutes. Usually takes 30 to 45 minutes. And I did see a lot of soot coming out of there, or smoke coming out the side of this thing. But we got 2 days off. We'll come back and do this again, come out a little bit early so I can mess with this again, do another regen, and hopefully stop some of these lights from popping up. See the icon is still there. It still wants to regen again. It's late now. It's getting too late. So we're just going to put this down and go to the house. And we'll come back out a couple mornings from now. Learn some more about this thing. All right.